I come before you now, Jesus, with a heart open and quiet, seeking your gentle touch and tender peace. As we gather in this sacred space, I invite anyone who feels led to like this moment of prayer. A small way to say yes to the grace and love that flows here. If your heart is moved, perhaps you might also choose to subscribe, so we can walk this path of faith and strength together, sharing whispers of hope and courage. And if there's something weighing on your spirit, a hope or a heaviness, I encourage you to share it softly in the comments, so we can lift those prayers together, wrapped in the warmth of your love. I speak blessings now over every soul who listens. May you feel surrounded by peace, held in quiet strength, and filled with a deep knowing that you are never alone. May your light gently touch the corners of your heart, illuminating the way forward with hope and grace. Now, let us pray. Jesus, I come to you weary, carrying burdens that feel heavy and long. I surrender them to you, laying down my fears and doubts at your feet. Help me to trust in your timing and your perfect plans, even when the path seems unclear. I am grateful for your presence beside me, a steady hand and a calming voice in the storms. Teach me to rest in your love, to find endurance not in my own strength, but in the quiet assurance that you are with me always. When the days feel long and my spirit grows faint, remind me that your grace is sufficient, that your power is made perfect in weakness. I open my heart fully to you, longing for the intimacy that only you can give, a closeness that renews and restores. As I breathe in your peace, I feel my soul begin to rise, buoyed by the hope you gently place within me. May this hope grow and take root, becoming a steady flame that warms me through the darkest nights. Lord, I confess my need for you in every moment. I cannot carry these trials alone. I lay down my pride and my desire to control, choosing instead to rest in your care. Thank you for the countless ways you show your faithfulness, even when I fail to notice. Help me to see your hand at work, guiding and shaping me with tender patience. In moments of weakness, be my strength. In times of doubt, be my unwavering truth. I want to walk with you closely, to hear your voice above the noise, to feel your heartbeat alongside mine. Let your love fill the spaces where fear and uncertainty try to settle. I am grateful for the gift of your presence, for the peace that surpasses understanding, and for the promise that nothing can separate me from your love. As I continue to lean into you, I find a quiet courage stirring within, a gentle resilience that grows with each breath. With every step I take, I ask for your guidance and your grace. Help me to move forward with patience and perseverance, even when the road is rough and the night is long. Teach me to hold on to hope, to keep my eyes fixed on you, the author and perfecter of my faith. I thank you for the moments of joy and the lessons hidden in pain. May I never lose sight of your goodness, even when clouds gather overhead. I want to trust you fully, to rest in the knowledge that you are working all things for my good. When I feel overwhelmed, remind me to pause and breathe deeply of your love. Let me feel your arms around me, steady and strong, holding me close when I stumble or falter. May I find in you a refuge, a safe harbor where my spirit can be renewed and my heart restored. As we continue to rest in His presence, I invite you gently to reflect on the ways Jesus has carried you through before. If this prayer touches your heart, perhaps you would like to softly like this moment and subscribe, so these quiet times of connection can continue to bless your days. And if there is a particular prayer or thought you wish to share, your words are welcome here. a gentle echo in this sacred space. Jesus, I ask for your peace to settle deeply within us, calming every restless thought and soothing every anxious feeling. Help us to surrender fully to your care, to trust that you are working even when we cannot see. I am grateful for the ways you sustain me, for the strength you pour into my soul when I feel weak. May I walk forward with a heart full of hope, leaning into your love with every step, feeling your presence as a steady light that never fades, even in the shadows. Let your light shine gently upon the hidden fears and quiet sorrows we carry, illuminating them with your compassion and grace. In this sacred stillness, I ask that you would breathe new life into every weary part of my being, restoring hope where it feels lost, and planting seeds of peace that will bloom in time. Jesus, you are the good shepherd who knows each of your sheep by name. You seek us out when we are lost, and you carry us tenderly on your shoulders. Help me to remember that no matter how far I wander or how heavy the load, your love never falters. When my heart feels broken or my spirit is weak, remind me that you are near, closer than breath, closer than the beat of my own heart. Your grace is a healing balm, and your mercy flows like a river, washing over all my fears and failures. May I rest completely in your arms, trusting that your goodness will follow me all the days of my life. In times when loneliness creeps in and the silence feels too loud, be my companion, Jesus. Speak softly to my soul, assuring me that I am deeply known and infinitely loved. Help me to listen for your voice in the quiet moments, to hear your whispered promises that I am never truly alone. May your presence be a sweet comfort, a refuge where I can lay down every burden and find rest. Teach me to lean into your peace, to let it fill the spaces where worry tries to take root, and to walk forward with a heart unafraid. Lord, I lift up to you now those who carry heavy hearts, those burdened by grief, anxiety, illness, or despair. Surround them with your tender care. May they feel your arms wrapping around them, holding them close through every tear and trembling moment. Bring healing where there is pain, hope where there is hopelessness, and light where darkness seems overwhelming. Let your love be a steady anchor, holding them firm when the winds of life rage. May they sense your nearness, a quiet strength that sustains and renews. For those who feel lost or uncertain about the future, I ask for your guidance and clarity. Shine your light on the path ahead, revealing just enough for each step. Help them to trust in your timing and to rest in the assurance that you are working all things together for good. When doubts whisper loudly, may your truth be louder still, a steady voice calling them back to peace, back to hope. Encourage their hearts to keep seeking, to keep believing, to keep moving forward even when the way feels unclear. Jesus, I pray also for those who are weary from the struggles of life, who feel worn down by the daily battles and the weight of expectations. Renew their strength like the eagles, lifting them up on wings of hope and courage. Help them to find moments of rest amid the chaos, spaces where your peace can wash over them and refresh their souls. Teach them to surrender their burdens fully into your hands, trusting that you will carry what they cannot. May they experience your love as a gentle river, steady and unending, flowing into every corner of their lives. As we continue together in this time of prayer, I invite you to breathe, deeply inhale the grace that surrounds you, exhale the worries that cling too tightly. Let the rhythm of your breath be a reminder of the life and peace Jesus offers freely. If this prayer has touched a place in your heart, feel free to like this moment of quiet connection and subscribe, so we may continue to share these sacred spaces together. And if you hold a prayer or a hope you wish to share, speak it softly here, knowing it will be cradled in love and lifted gently before the throne of grace. Lord, in the stillness of this moment, I ask that your peace would settle like dew upon every heart gathered here. Calm the restless thoughts that chase one another, soothe the anxious feelings that weigh heavy, and fill every soul with the deep, abiding assurance of your love. Teach us to rest, not just in this prayer, but in every day, to carry your peace within us as a precious treasure, a light that shines in the darkest places. May our hearts be open to your leading, our spirits willing to follow wherever you guide. Help us to remember that your love is not earned by our strength or our efforts, but given freely, abundantly, without measure. In this truth, may we find freedom, freedom from fear, freedom from striving, freedom to simply be held and known by you. Let that freedom breathe life into our weary souls, renewing our hope and deepening our trust as we continue to journey. Together, I ask that you would prepare our hearts for the work you have yet to do within us. Shape us gently, mold us tenderly, and fill us with your Spirit's power so that we may reflect your love more clearly in the world around us. Let every step we take be guided by your wisdom, every word spoken be wrapped in kindness, and every action be a reflection of your grace. Jesus, as we rest deeper into your presence now, may we feel a profound sense of belonging to you, to one another, and to the family of faith that stretches across time and space. Help us to carry this connection forward, to be vessels of your peace and love in a world that so desperately needs both. May our hearts beat in rhythm with yours, our lives be a melody of hope, and our spirits rise on wings of faith. In this sacred space, I pause to listen to you, to the quiet stirrings of my own soul, and to the gentle whispers of hope that you plant within. May these moments be a wellspring of strength to draw from in the days ahead, a reminder that we are held, cherished, and never alone. With each breath, I open myself more fully to your presence, inviting your light to shine ever brighter within. And so, as we continue this prayer together, let us lift our hearts in gratitude for the journey thus far, and in quiet anticipation of all that is yet to come. May your peace, Jesus, be the foundation upon which we build our lives, the anchor that holds us steady through every storm, and the gentle hand that leads us home. With hearts full of hope and eyes fixed on you, we walk forward knowing that your love will never let us go. As we move deeper into this time of reflection and prayer, I invite you now to settle quietly, to feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, and to open your heart to whatever Jesus may be placing there. Whether it is a whisper of encouragement, a tender promise, or a soft invitation to trust anew, receive it now with grace. Let us continue together in the ever-unfolding embrace of His love. A love that surrounds us like the morning light spilling softly over the horizon, tender and unwavering. In this sacred stillness, may we find ourselves drawn ever closer to the heart of Jesus, who knows our deepest longings and meets us exactly where we are. Let His presence be a gentle balm, soothing the restless stirrings within, quieting the storms that rage beneath the surface, and filling every aching place with His boundless compassion. Lord, as I breathe in your peace, I invite you to breathe out your healing. Touch the broken places in my heart, the wounds hidden even from myself, and bring restoration. Where there is fear, sow courage. Where there is doubt, plant faith. Where there is sorrow, nurture joy. Help me to lean not on my own understanding, but to rest fully in the mystery of your grace, trusting that you are weaving every thread of my life into a tapestry of hope and beauty. When the weight of the world feels overwhelming, remind me gently that your yoke is easy and your burden light. Teach me to surrender all that I carry, my worries, my plans, my disappointments into your loving hands. May I find rest in the shelter of your wings, a refuge from the noise and haste that so often crowd my mind. Let me hear your voice clearly, a whisper of peace that calls me back to stillness and trust. Jesus, you are the light that no darkness can overcome. Even when shadows gather and the path seems uncertain, your light shines steadily, guiding my steps. Help me to fix my gaze upon you, to walk by faith and not by sight, knowing that every trial is an opportunity to draw nearer to your heart. May I be patient with myself and with the journey, embracing the seasons of waiting as times of growth and deepening trust. For those whose hearts feel heavy with grief, I ask that you would be near in a special way. Wrap your arms around them with tenderness and let them feel the warmth of your love even in the loneliest hours. Bring comfort to the places that ache, peace to the restless nights, and hope that softly blooms anew with each dawn. Remind them gently that you are the God of all comfort, who understands sorrow and walks with us through every valley. Lord, for those burdened by anxiety and fear, may your perfect peace that transcends all understanding guard their hearts and minds. Help them to cast their cares upon you, knowing you hold every worry with infinite care. Teach them to rest in your promises, to find strength in your presence, and to trust that you are working all things for their good, even when the way forward seems unclear. I pray for those who feel isolated or forgotten, who long for connection and belonging. May they find community in unexpected places, comfort in the kindness of others, and above all, a deep sense of being known and loved by you. Let your Spirit knit together hearts and lives, creating bonds of grace that reflect your love and draw us closer to one another. Jesus, as we continue this sacred time, I ask for your wisdom to guide my thoughts and actions. Help me to see others with eyes of compassion, to speak words that bring healing, and to live in a way that reflects your grace. May my life be a quiet witness to your love, a light in the darkness that points others toward hope and peace. In this moment, I open my hands and heart to receive all that you desire to give. Fill me with your Spirit's power, that I may be renewed and strengthened for the days ahead. Let your joy be my portion, your peace my constant companion, and your love the foundation upon which I stand, as we rest together here, surrounded by the gentle embrace of your presence. I invite you to take a deep breaths, low and steady, and to feel the steady pulse of life flowing from the one who created you and calls you beloved. Let this truth settle deep within. You are held, you are known, you are cherished beyond measure. If this time has touched your soul, you might consider liking this moment to affirm the grace found here, and subscribing so that we can continue to share these quiet encounters with God's love. And if there is a prayer or a hope stirring in your heart, whisper it softly in the comments, knowing it will be carried tenderly before the throne of grace. Lord Jesus, as we move forward from this place of prayer, may your peace continue to guard our hearts, your hope ignite our spirits, and your love be the steady rhythm that guides our every step. Shape us into vessels of your grace, instruments of your peace, and reflections of your unfailing kindness. With every breath, may we grow more deeply rooted in your love, more fully surrendered to your will, and more joyfully confident in your promises. May we walk into each new day wrapped in the assurance that you go before us, walk beside us, and wait with open arms to welcome us home. And so, as the quiet of this moment lingers, I invite you to remain here a while longer, resting in the embrace of the one who loves you perfectly. Let your heart be still, your mind at peace, and your spirit open to the gentle whispers of grace that flow endlessly from his throne. Together, let us continue to listen, to receive, and to trust in the unfolding story of love that Jesus is writing in our lives. As this sacred time unfolds, may you feel the gentle stirring of hope awakening within, a quiet invitation to walk deeper into the mystery of his presence, where every step is guided by light and every breath is a prayer of trust. May this unfolding journey bring a soft unfolding of grace into every corner of your life, a delicate weaving of peace that wraps around your heart like a tender embrace. As you breathe in the quietness of this moment, know that Jesus is near, that his presence feels like the gentle warmth of the sun on your skin, the hush of a calm breeze that soothes every restless thought in this sacred space. I invite you to bring before him the whispers of your soul, the hopes that feel fragile, the dreams that flicker quietly, and even the doubts that sometimes cloud your vision. Lay them all gently at his feet, trusting that he receives them with a heart overflowing with compassion and understanding. Jesus does not ask us to hide our struggles or to carry our burdens alone. Instead, he welcomes every part of our story, holding it tenderly and making it whole. Lord, as I continue in this stillness, I ask you to open my eyes to the beauty that often goes unseen, the small mercies that brighten ordinary days, the subtle ways you speak through kindness and grace. Teach me to recognize your hand in the simple moments, a smile shared, a word of encouragement, the quiet comfort found in a friend's presence. May these glimpses of your goodness fill me with gratitude and remind me that your love is woven into the very fabric of life. When I face uncertainty, help me to rest in the truth that you are the same yesterday, today, and forever, and steadfast. Let me anchor my soul in your promises, knowing that you hold the future firmly in your hands. Even when the path ahead is shrouded in mist, may I trust that your light leads me forward step by step, gently guiding me toward hope and new beginnings. For those who carry sorrow that feels too heavy to bear, I ask you to be a balm to their aching hearts. Surround them with your peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that calms the storm within and whispers of healing and restoration. Help them to find moments of quiet joy amidst the tears, glimmers of hope that shine through the darkest nights. May your presence be a shelter where they can find refuge and strength to face each new day. Jesus, you are the source of true rest for weary souls. Teach me to come to you not only when I am burdened, but also when I am weary from striving, from the endless demands that press upon me. Help me to surrender my need to perform, to prove, or to manage everything alone. May I find in you a gentle rested place where my soul can breathe deeply and be renewed. As we share this time of prayer together, I invite you to join me in a quiet breath of surrender. Inhale slowly, drawing in the grace that Jesus offers. Freely, exhale gently, releasing all the worries and fears that weigh heavy. With each breath, feel more deeply the steady heartbeat of God's love beneath the surface of your life, love that never falters, never fails, and never leaves. If this moment of prayer has touched you, consider marking it with a soft like and subscribing so that these gentle encounters with God's peace may continue to bless your days. And if a prayer or a longing arises within your heart, whisper it here in the comments, knowing it will be held tenderly and lifted up with care. Lord, as we linger in your presence, may your Spirit move within us, weaving threads of courage, hope, and healing into the fabric of our lives. Prepare our hearts to receive the work you desire to do, shaping us gently into vessels of your love and grace. Let every step we take be bathed in the light of your truth, every word spoken filled with kindness, and every action reflect the compassion you have poured into us in this continuing stillness. Let us rest together in the assurance that we are known deeply and loved completely. No matter the trials we face, no matter the shadows that gather, your light remains a constant guide, steady, unwavering, and full of promise. May we walk forward with hearts open wide, trusting that your love will carry us through every moment, every challenge, every joy. And so, as we remain here in this sacred space, drawing ever closer to the heart of Jesus, let us open ourselves anew to the gentle whispers of His grace that sustains, restores, and transforms. With each breath, may our spirits rise in quiet hope, our souls anchored in peace, and our lives illuminated by the endless light of His love. Let us continue now, in this holy stillness, listening deeply to the gentle voice that calls us onward, inviting us into a deeper rest, a fuller peace that surpasses understanding and reaches into every corner of our lives. In this holy quiet, may we sense the gentle unfolding of God's presence, a presence that moves softly yet powerfully, like the tender touch of a mother's hand or the calm assurance of a close friend's embrace. Jesus, I open my heart wider still, asking you to fill every empty space with your love. Where there is weariness, breathe in your strength. Where there is confusion, breathe in your clarity. Where there is loneliness, breathe in your presence that never leaves or forsakes. Let your Spirit flow freely through my being, renewing my mind, refreshing my soul, and restoring my hope. As the gentle currents of your grace wash over me, may I be carried into a place of stillness where your voice is the only sound I hear. Help me, Lord, to trust the quiet work you are doing within me, even when I cannot see the full picture. When patience feels thin and the waiting grows long, remind me that you are faithful, always present, always attentive, always working all things for good. May I surrender my timeline and my expectations into your hands, resting in the assurance that your ways are higher, your plans are perfect, and your love is unfailing. For those whose hearts ache with unanswered questions, who long for clarity and direction, I pray for your gentle guidance. Illuminate the path before them with a light that is steady and sure, even when the road twists and turns unexpectedly. Help them to listen closely for your voice, to trust the nudges of your Spirit, and to take each step with courage, knowing that you walk beside them every moment. May their faith grow stronger through the waiting, their hope deepen through the unknown, and their joy blossom even in the midst of trials. Lord, I ask you now to pour out your comfort on those who are carrying grief too heavy to bear alone. Wrap them in your arms of mercy, shelter them beneath your wings of compassion, and fill their hearts with a peace that quiets every restless thought. Let your presence be a balm to wounded souls, a refuge for the broken-hearted, and a source of renewed strength when the night feels endless. May they sense your nearness in the stillness, hear your whispers of love in the silence, and find rest in the shadow of your grace. For those struggling with anxiety and fear, who wrestle with worries that seem to multiply, I pray that your perfect peace would guard their hearts and minds. Teach them to cast every care upon you, knowing you are able and willing to carry every burden. Help them to fix their eyes on your promises, to find refuge in your truth, and to breathe deeply of the calm that only you can provide. May your peace be a steady anchor in the storms, a quiet strength that holds firm when the waves rise high. Jesus. As I continue in this sacred space, I ask you to deepen my awareness of your presence in the ordinary moments, the gentle breeze that stirs the leaves, the warmth of the sun on my face, the quiet kindness of a stranger. Help me to see your fingerprints in the small mercies that fill my days, to recognize your love woven through the fabric of my life. May these glimpses of grace uplift my spirit, nourish my soul, and inspire me to live with gratitude and joy. Lord, I pray for a heart that listens and listens, not only for your voice, but also for the needs of those around me. Give me eyes to see with compassion, ears to hear with understanding, and hands ready to serve with kindness. May my words be gentle healing balm, my actions reflect your mercy, and my life bear witness to your unfailing love. Let me be a channel of your peace, a light in the darkness, a voice of hope in a weary world, as we remain here together, breathing. In the quiet strength of your presence, I invite you to join me in a slow, deep breath, drawing in the fullness of God's grace, releasing the burdens that weigh heavy. Feel the rhythm of this sacred moment, the steady heartbeat of love that never ceases, never falters, never fades. If this prayer has touched your heart, consider softly affirming it with a like and subscribing so that these moments of peace and connection may continue to bless your journey. And if there is a prayer, a hope, or a longing that stirs within you now, whisper it gently here, knowing it will be cradled tenderly and lifted before God's throne with care and compassion. Jesus, as we linger in this sacred stillness, may your Spirit move within us, bringing courage where there is fear, hope where there is despair, healing where there is brokenness. Prepare our hearts to receive the transformation you desire to work, shaping us gently into vessels of your grace, reflections of your love, and instruments of your peace. Let every step we take be bathed in your light, every word spoken filled with kindness, and every action echo your compassion. In this continuing quiet, may we rest in the profound truth that we are known fully and loved completely, no matter the trials we face, no matter the shadows that surround us. Your light remains our guide, steady, unwavering, and full of promise. May our hearts remain open wide, trusting that your love will carry us through every moment, every challenge, every joy. And so, as we remain here, wrapped in the gentle embrace of Jesus' love, let us open ourselves anew to the soft whispers of His grace, a grace that sustains, restores, and transforms. With each breath, may our spirits rise in quiet hope, our souls anchored in peace, and our lives illuminated by the endless light of His love. Let us continue now in this holy stillness, listening deeply to the gentle voice that calls us onward, a voice that invites us into the sacred rhythm of surrender and trust, where burdens are lifted and hearts find rest. In this tender moment, may we feel the gentle unfolding of God's presence, like the soft petals of a blooming flower opening, to the warmth of the sun, slow, deliberate, and full of promise. Jesus, as I sit quietly in your presence, I offer to you the quiet longings of my soul. There are dreams I hold close, hopes that flicker with fragile light, and fears that sometimes whisper too loudly in the silence. I lay all these before you now, trusting that you receive them with infinite tenderness. You know the depths of my heart, the places even I do not fully understand. Meet me here in this holy stillness and pour your love into every hidden corner. Help me to rest in the truth that your love is not conditional on my strength or my ability to carry on. You love me as I am wounded, weary, and imperfect. You invite me to come just as I am, with nothing to prove and nothing to hide. Teach me to embrace this freedom, to step away from striving and to find my true worth in your gentle gaze. When the weight of uncertainty presses down, remind me to breathe deeply of your peace, a peace that calms the storms within and steadies the restless heart. Let me hear your voice above the clamor of doubt, a whisper that says, I am with you always. May this promise be my anchor, holding me firm through every trial and every season of waiting. For those whose hearts are heavy with sorrow, I ask that you draw near with your comforting presence. Wrap them in your arms of mercy and let them feel the warmth of your healing touch. May they find solace in the quiet moments, a gentle assurance that they are not alone in their pain. Bring light into the darkest places and stir within them a hope that gently blooms anew with each dawn. Lord, for those burdened by fear and anxiety, pour out your perfect peace that surpasses all understanding. Teach them to cast their cares upon you, knowing that you are a refuge and strength in times of trouble. Help them to fix their eyes on your promises, to trust your unfailing love, and to walk forward with courage even when the path is shrouded in uncertainty. Jesus, as I continue to rest in your presence, I ask you to fill me with your Spirit's wisdom and grace. Help me to see the needs of those around me with eyes of compassion, to listen with open ears, and to respond with a heart full of kindness. May my life be a reflection of your love, a quiet light shining in a world hungry for hope and healing. In this sacred stillness, I open my hands and heart to receive all that you desire to give. Renew my strength, refresh my soul, and fill me to overflowing with joy and peace. Let your love be the foundation upon which I stand, unshaken by the storms that come as we linger here together. Breathing in the gentle presence of God's love, I invite you to join me once more in a slow, deep breath, drawing in the grace that sustains us, releasing the fears that weigh us down. Feel the steady heartbeat of God beneath the surface of your life, a rhythm that never falters, never ceases, and never fades. If this prayer has touched your heart, you may wish to like this moment gently and subscribe, so that these quiet times of connection may continue to bless your journey. And if there is a prayer or a hope stirring within you now, whisper it softly here, knowing it will be held tenderly and carried before the throne of grace. Lord Jesus, as we remain in this sacred space, may your Spirit continue to move within. You, as bringing healing where there is brokenness, courage where there is fear, and hope where there is despair. Shape us gently into vessels of your love and grace, reflections of your kindness and mercy in the world. May we walk forward with hearts open wide, trusting in your unfailing love to carry us through every moment, every challenge, every joy. In the quiet of this holy stillness, we listen deeply to the gentle voice that calls us onward, a voice that invites us to rest more deeply in the mystery of your presence, to surrender our burdens with renewed faith, and to trust the unfolding of your perfect plan. In this sacred quiet, let us become attuned to the subtle whispers of your Spirit, those gentle nudges that guide us toward peace, healing, and hope. Jesus, as I sit here with you now, I bring before you the tender places of my heart, the longings that feel too delicate to voice aloud, the fears that sometimes shadow my steps, and the quiet hopes that flicker like a soft flame within. I lay these before you, trusting that you receive each one with compassion beyond measure, holding them close as you do all your beloved children. Teach me to rest fully in the truth that your love is not earned by my efforts or diminished by my doubts. but is freely given, steadfast and unchanging. Help me to lean into this love, finding refuge in the assurance that I am known, accepted, and cherished just as I am. When the weight of uncertainty presses upon me, breathe your peace into my soul, steadying my heart and lighting the way forward. For those who carry deep sorrow, who walk through seasons of loss and grief, I ask that your comforting presence be palpably near. Wrap them tenderly in your arms, sheltering them beneath the shadow of your wings. Let the balm of your healing touch soothe their aching hearts, and may they find moments of gentle joy amid the tears-acquired hope that blooms with each new dawn, Lord. For those whose minds are heavy with anxiety and whose spirits wrestle with fear, pour out your perfect peace that surpasses all understanding. Teach them to cast their cares upon you without hesitation, knowing you are a strong refuge and a faithful friend. Help them to fix their gaze upon your promises, to hear your voice above the noise of doubt, and to walk forward with courage even when the path ahead remains veiled. Jesus, I ask now that you fill me with your Spirit's wisdom and grace, opening my eyes to see the needs of those around me with tender compassion. Give me ears to listen deeply, a heart ready to respond with kindness, and hands willing to serve with humility. May my life be a quiet reflection of your love, a beacon of hope shining softly in a world that longs for healing and peace. In this stillness, I open my hands and heart to receive all that you desire to pour out. Renew my strength when I am weary, refresh my soul when I grows faint, and fill me to overflowing with joy and peace. Let your love be the firm foundation upon which I stand, unmoved by the storms that may come. As we remain here together, breathing in the gentle presence of your love, I invite all who listen to join me in a slow, deep breath, hailing the grace you freely give, exhaling the worries and fears that cling too tightly. Feel the steady heartbeat of God beneath the surface of life's chaos, a rhythm that never ceases and never falters. If this prayer has touched your heart, you might gently affirm it with a like and subscribe so that these quiet moments of connection may continue to bless your journey. And if a prayer or longing stirs within your soul now, whisper it softly here, knowing it will be held tenderly and carried before the throne of grace. Lord Jesus, as we linger in this sacred space, may your Spirit continue to move within us, bringing healing where there is brokenness, courage where there is fear, and hope where despair seems to dwell. Shape us gently into vessels of your love and grace, reflections of your kindness and mercy in every corner of the world. May we walk forward with hearts open wide, trusting in your unfailing love to carry us through every moment, every challenge, every joy. In the quiet of this holy stillness, we listen deeply to the gentle voice that calls us onward, a voice that invites us into the fullness of your peace, into the deep wellspring of rest that only you provide. In this sacred moment, may we yield our weary hearts completely to you, allowing your love to wash over every doubt, every fear, every shadow that lingers within. Let us be still and know that you are God, the gentle shepherd who tends to each of your sheep with unwavering care and tender mercy. Jesus, I open my soul to you now, inviting your healing presence to permeate every corner of my being. Where there is brokenness, pour out your restoration. Where there is pain, flow in with your comfort. Where there is emptiness, fill with your fullness. May your Spirit move freely in me, knitting together the fragments of my heart and making me whole again. Teach me to walk in the rhythm of your grace, leaning into your strength and resting in your embrace. When the days ahead feel uncertain and the burdens seem too great to bear, Remind me gently that your yoke is easy and your burden is light. Help me to surrender all that I carry, my worries, my plans, my desires, into your capable hands. May I find refuge beneath the shadow of your wings, a safe place where my soul can breathe and be renewed. Let me hear your voice clearly, a whisper of peace that calls me back to hope and trust. For those whose hearts are heavy with grief, I pray you draw near with your comforting arms, surrounding them with your unfailing love. May they feel your presence as a soft, steady light in the darkness, a balm for their aching souls. Bring healing to the wounds that feel raw and open, and gently restore joy in the places where sorrow has taken root. Let them know that they are deeply loved and never alone, held securely in your care. Lord, for those wrestling with anxiety and fear, pour out your perfect peace that surpasses all understanding. Guard their hearts and minds, and teach them to cast every care upon you, knowing that you are a refuge and strength in times of trouble. Help them to fix their eyes on your promises and to walk forward with courage, even when the path is unclear. May your peace be an anchor for their souls, steady and sure. Jesus, I ask now that you fill me with your Spirit's wisdom and compassion, opening my eyes to see the needs of those around me with tenderness. Give me ears to listen deeply, a heart ready to respond with kindness, and hands willing to serve with humility. May my life be a quiet reflection of your love, a gentle light in a world longing for hope and healing. As we continue in this sacred stillness, I open my hands and heart to receive all that you desire to pour into me. Renew my strength, refresh my soul, and fill me to overflowing with joy and peace. Let your love be the firm foundation upon which I stand, unshaken by the storms that may come. May I walk forward with confidence, rooted deeply in your grace, and guided always by your gentle hand. Together now, let us breathe deeply, drawing in the grace that sustains us, releasing the burdens that weigh us down. Feel the steady heartbeat of God beneath the surface of our lives, a rhythm of love that never ceases, never falters, never fades. If this prayer has touched your heart, you might gently affirm it with a like and subscribe, so these moments of peace and connection can continue to bless your journey. And if a prayer or hope stirs within you now, whisper it softly here, knowing it will be held tenderly and carried before the throne of grace. Lord Jesus, as we linger in this holy space, may your Spirit continue to move within us, bringing healing where there is brokenness, courage where there is fear, hope where despair seems to dwell. Shape us gently into vessels of your love and grace, reflections of your kindness and mercy in every corner of the world. May we walk forward with hearts open wide, trusting in your unfailing love to carry us through every moment, every challenge, every joy. In the quiet of this sacred stillness, we listen deeply to the gentle voice that calls us onward, a voice of invitation into deeper rest, full of peace and unwavering hope. May your light shine steadily upon our path, guiding us with your truth and enveloping us in your love, now and always. With hearts full of gratitude and eyes fixed on you, we place our trust wholly in your care, knowing that your love will never let us go. We rest in your promise, we walk in your grace, and we live in the joy of your presence, forever held in the warmth of your embrace. Amen.